Be ready. 10 seconds to go. Start. I would like to inform the Honorable House that our cities will become ungovernable and perhaps unlivable if we do not address the decay in our cities. Cities have wealth, cities also create wealth. That wealth should be tapped for resources to rebuild the cities with a new model of governance. Skill development must rank alongside secondary education, university education, total sanitation, and universal health care in the priorities of the government. States have the fiscal space to bear a reasonable proportion of the financial costs of implementing flagships programs and must willingly do so that the central government can allocate more resources for subjects such as defense, railways, national highways, and telecommunications that are its exclusive responsibilities. Revenues are of paramount importance. The best source of revenue is taxes, and for that, we need modern tax laws. I am disappointed that we have not yet been able to introduce GST. I leave it to you to answer the question who blocked the GST when an agreement on the game changing tax reform was around the corner. We have also got ready a direct taxes code that will serve us for at least the next 20 years. I intend to place it on the website for a public discussion without partisanship or acrimony. I appeal to all political parties to resolve to pass the GST laws and the DTC in 2014-15. Our government has passionately espoused the cause of science, promoted scientific research, and supported scientific applications and inventions. The Income Tax Act allows deductions for expenditure on scientific research, but it is limited to direct funding. We have reflected on a new approach to funding scientific research. I therefore propose to set up a research funding organization that will fund research projects selected through a competitive process. Contributions to that organization will be eligible for tax benefits. This will require legislative changes which can be introduced at the time of the regular budget. There has been much debate on illegal offshore accounts held by Indians. Investigations into such accounts were launched in 2011. Despite several hurdles in obtaining evidence from the countries concerned, the government has succeeded through alternative methods and special efforts in obtaining information in 67 cases, and action is underway to determine the tax liability as well as impose penalty. Prosecutions for willful tax evasion have been launched in 17 other cases. More inquiries have been initiated into accounts reportedly held by Indian entities in no tax or low tax jurisdictions. In keeping with the conventions, I do not propose to make any announcements regarding changes to the tax laws. However, the current economic situation demands some interventions that cannot wait for the regular budget. In particular, the manufacturing sector needs an immediate boost. Hence, I propose the following changes in some indirect tax rates to stimulate growth in the capital goods and consumer non durables. I propose to reduce the excise duty from 12% to 10% on all goods falling under Chapter 84 and Chapter 85 of the schedule to the Central Excise Tariff Act for the period of 4 months. The rates can be reviewed at the time of the regular budget to give relief to the automobile industry, which is registering unprecedented negative growth. I propose to reduce the excise duty. Consequently, I propose to make appropriate reductions in the excise duty on chassis and trailers. The rates can be reviewed at the time of the regular budget. To encourage domestic production of mobile handsets and reduce the dependence on imports, I propose to restructure the excise duties for all categories of mobile handsets. To encourage domestic production of specified road construction machinery, I propose to withdraw the exemption from CVD on similar imported machinery. To encourage indigenous production of security paper for printing currency notes, I propose to provide a concessional customs duty of 5% on capital goods imported by the Banknote Paper Mill India Private Limited. I also propose to give relief from service tax in two cases. By virtue of the definition of agricultural produce in Finance Act 2012, read with the negative list, storage or warehousing of paddy was excluded from the levy of service tax. The distinction is somewhat artificial. Hence, I propose to exempt loading, unloading, packing, storage, and warehousing of rice from service tax. Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has requested that services provided by cord blood banks are also healthcare request. Notifications in respect of the above changes will be issued today. I shall now present the budget estimates for 2014-15. Stop